The King Who Feared a Baby. The story of King Herod and the birth of Jesus. Imagine you're King Herod, sitting on your throne in a grand palace in Jerusalem. You rule with power, but there's one thing you fear more than anything: losing your throne. One day, some unexpected visitors arrive from the east. Wise men, or magi, dressed in fine clothes, following a strange, bright star in the sky. They approach Herod's court and ask a question that makes him freeze in his seat. "Where is the one who has been born King of the Jews? We saw his star in the east and have come to worship him." King of the Jews? Herod's heart begins to pound. He's the king. What do they mean by born king? Could this be a rival? His mind races. Herod has always been ruthless when it comes to keeping his power. He's even had members of his own family killed to protect his throne. But Herod doesn't let the wise men see his fear. Instead, he pretends to be calm and curious. "Tell me more," he says, leaning forward with a fake smile. "Where did this star appear? And when?" Herod summons the religious leaders and scribes, asking them where the Messiah, the prophesied Savior, is supposed to be born. They tell him, "In Bethlehem of Judea." Herod hides his anger and fear. Bethlehem? A little village? Surely this baby couldn't be a real threat. But Herod isn't one to take chances. He sends the wise men to Bethlehem with a request. "Go and search for the child carefully. When you find him, report back to me, so I too may go and worship him." But Herod has no plans to worship this baby. In his mind, he's already thinking of a more sinister plan. The wise men, guided by the bright star, find Jesus in Bethlehem. They are overjoyed when they see him, the humble baby who was born in a stable. They bow down and present their precious gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. But as they prepare to leave, something strange happens. They are warned in a dream not to go back to Herod. Realizing the king's true intentions, they return to their country by a different route, leaving Herod in the dark. Herod's rage and the escape to Egypt. Meanwhile, an angel appears to Joseph, Jesus' earthly father, in a dream. "Get up," the angel says. "Take the child and his mother and escape to Egypt. Stay there until I tell you, for Herod is going to search for the child to kill him." Without hesitation, Joseph wakes Mary, and they leave in the middle of the night, carrying the baby Jesus through the dark streets, heading towards safety in Egypt. When Herod realizes the wise men have outsmarted him, he is furious. His paranoia turns into rage, and he orders a horrific decree. Every baby boy in Bethlehem under 2 years old must be killed. The town is plunged into mourning as Herod attempts to destroy his rival before he can grow up. But Herod's plan fails. Jesus is safe in Egypt, where he and his family stay until Herod dies. Afterward, they return to their home in Nazareth, where Jesus grows up, quietly preparing for the day when he will change the world forever. And that's the story of how a jealous king feared the power of a tiny baby, and how God protected his son from harm. Even though Herod had all the power in the world, he couldn't stop God's plan. Jesus was born to be the true king, one who didn't come to rule with fear, but with love.